So I hope this time you work.
Is it gonna record you this time?
Yeah, hello.
Good.
Hello, so welcome everyone. So let's start. I'm having issue with my PC a bit now, but
What was that?
I'm having a bit of issue with my PC now.
You're having an issue.
Just, just having difficulty to transfer from one screen to the other. Just that. Okay, so what do you think of the new Battlefield?
Right?
What do you think about? What do you think of the new Battlefield?
Oh, what do I think of the new Battlefield? Um, I haven't really seen anything about it. I haven't really seen any trailers. I haven't seen any gameplay. Um, I'm interested in it though. I'm interested in all of the Battlefield games. I grew up with Call of Duty, and I reached a point when I was about, must have been, I'm guessing 18, when Modern Warfare 3 was out, and I thought, oh, this is decent. And then every Call of Duty after that was kind of crap, and I was like, I need to switch to something else, something similar. And it's only been recently that I've found out about Battlefield, and there's a lot of things I want to save up for, and that's among them. As you know, I'm also want to save up for a quite an expensive PC for streaming, so Battlefield will have to wait.
Because I played it yesterday. So
Yeah,
it's really good. It have some glitch, but and a bug, but other than that, it's good.
I mean, every game has a few glitches, especially if it's made by Bethesda. Zing.
Yes, they, they probably are terrorists are doing that. I think the
Right?
I think they probably terrorists are doing that.
Doing
The bug and the glitch.
working on it.
I said, but I think probably terrorists with the glitch and like when they release a game, like they probably
Yeah, they should iron out. They should iron out all the kinks before releasing it.
yes.
It's like Fallout 76, for example. Like it's only just starting to get decent and somewhat playable, apparently. I don't play it myself, but I know a bunch of people who do, and they were like basically saying to me that they released it with like so many bugs and glitches,
Yes, it was
and it was borderline unplayable.
because I have it on the Xbox, but still haven't played it on PC.
Yeah, I never really vibed with Xbox. I mean, I don't hate the Xbox. I've played a few games on it. It's not a bad console, but I was raised with PlayStation. Like last console I ever played was the PlayStation 1. Like growing up, it was like PS1, PS2, PS3, and then finally PS4. With the PS3 being the most special because it was given
Yes,
to me by my mother when she died. So like
I
I
think
had sentimental value. Still broken, but I keep it underneath my desk where I stream for like, just sentimental reasons.
I think I have until the Xbox One. I had PlayStation for. I think I switched it to Xbox with the Xbox One. So
Thing is, I never really know who to trust more with my money, Sony or Microsoft, because I've had problems with both companies. You know what I mean? Like, the biggest problem, I'm gonna admit it was with Sony. Like, I had a PS3 and I got this game called Infamous free. This was back when you remember the days of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 when PlayStation was hacked.
oh yeah, I remember
Um,
that.
and it was like I can't remember what they were called. I think it was like Lizard Squad or something like that.
Maybe time to
Hackers,
put don't remember her name.
right?
It was an animal, so I think it was a dog. I think it was poodle something.
Yeah. Oh, I remember Sony was like, we're going to release a bunch of games for free temporarily on PlayStation to apologize for the hack and putting everyone's accounts at risk. And I remember getting Infamous for free, right? Like, my mum at some point obviously died and left me her PS3, which is what I got the game on. So I fire everything up at my new apartment, the one I stream in now, after we move out of the family home. And turns out I've got to set up a new account in my name because I was always playing on my mother's if I want to buy games and stuff. So I set up a new account, but I can't play Infamous on this account. Um, because I deleted my mother's account, which had purchased the game. So I had to reinstall it. But like I'd contacted Sony and I said like, "Oh, should I really have to pay for this again? Like, I got it for free back in the days of that hack thing." And they were like, "Oh, if we can speak to the account holder who purchased it," and I'm like, "Well, it wasn't purchased. I got it for free on my mother's account." And they were like, "Oh, then could we speak to your mother?" And I'm like, "Well, no, she's dead." And they were like, "Well, then we can't do anything. We can't let you have the game for free. You're gonna have to buy it." And I'm like, "Right,
I think I
that's it.
remember
You
that.
you've got no compromise. You've got no other way around this.
I think I
Like
remember.
I shouldn't. You know what I mean,
I think I remember this hack because I got a PlayStation 3 just a day after. So I think they hacked it on Christmas. I think something like that. Or it was Xbox. I don't remember which one of the console. But the thing was like just like on Christmas. So I got the console just a day after. So I was like I can't connect to anything.
really
Yeah.
wouldn't connect to the internet or anything.
It wasn't connecting to I think to the server. So because the
Oh,
server was hacked. So
huh, it's weird.
so what's your favorite weapon in a video game? Don't know if you.
Uh, that's an interesting question. It depends what game we're talking about. Like, if we're talking about something medieval like Skyrim or the Witcher games, then I've got to say probably magic. I like being a sorcerer. Uh, that being said, I'm having quite a lot of fun using dual maces on my Skyrim streams. That's pretty dope. But if we're on about shooters, I like to snipe, but I can never really get too good at it. Um, this is kind of a medieval weapon, so it suits both sort of categories, but I really like using bows in video games. Do you remember in like 2012 when every goddamn video game
Yes,
released had a bow for some reason?
yeah, I think
Uh,
Battlefield 3 had it. I think Auto Crossbow he had this as well.
yeah. I think that's another reason why I really like 7 Days to Die is like, oh, you've got these zombies coming to attack your base every 7 days. You need to like prepare and stuff and like go mining and get all this equipment. And uh shit, I forgot what brought me onto this topic. Um
It's okay.
what were we talking about before I started saying this?
I think of the weapon in video game.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I think that's why I like 7 Days to Die so much because like you can save your ammo so easily for the zombie horde that attacks every 7 days by just making a bunch of arrows and leaving your guns at home unless you really need them. And it's like it makes it such a cakewalk. And the bow in that game is just really good because every time it breaks, like with anything else, you'd usually repair it, right? But you can just like make a new one because of all the arrows you've crafted, your weaponsmithing's gone up. And you get this crappy bow at the start. And then once you make your second bow, after all the arrows you've crafted, you've got like a level 100 bow that does like a lot more damage. Like the way they do the weapons in that game is amazing.
Yeah, I think it's the LMG on the.
Yeah, there's an LMG in the PC version of the game, which is like which actually gets updated. The console one I play hasn't been updated in ages. But like even the LMG, like the way you manage it, as with every other weapon, is amazing. Like you've got a small chance to just find it hidden away in like a military camp or something. But for the most part, you have to find like these gun parts and put it together from scrap.
I think on Battlefield One, like I think they had like a really big, I think it's an MG15 something like that.
Yeah,
That they had like a 200 round in it, so it was
oh, that's nothing. That's nothing. A decent LMG carries at least 300.
yeah, I think it was like a World War One game. So so
Uh,
what's your favorite Need for Speed?
oh, I've only really played one. I can only really say like it's biased, but I've got no other choice but to say Need for Speed Underground 2. Oh, no, actually, I'm forgetting. I played Need for Speed Shift. It didn't even feel like a Need for Speed game. It felt like I was playing Gran Turismo, and I was like, yeah, what is this bullshit?
I
So, yeah,
think
it has to be Need for Speed Underground 2.
I play Shift as well. It was because at one point I think Need for Speed tried to do like a simulation or something like that. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think it was it's between Need for Speed Carbon for the Nintendo DS, I think, and Need for
put
Speed
Need for
E.
Speed on the Nintendo DS. Oh, that's not going to be a good game.
It was
Can't
good.
help but think,
It
well, really? On the Nintendo
was
DS?
somewhat good, but it
And
was
the
good for.
Nintendo DS isn't a bad console, but certain games just shouldn't be put on a Nintendo DS. Like, Need for Speed just doesn't sound like it would work well. Like, I remember playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 on Nintendo DS, and it was fucking dog shit. Like, sorry about my language, but it would, like, you had to use stylus to shoot.
It
And it
that
was
would
like,
be terrible to play.
yeah, it was like a god awful game. I had the same game on PlayStation 3, and it was so much better.
But I think the Carbon version because you could customize everything, including the interior of the car. So it was cool for that. It was fun. So
Uh, I remember seeing mates playing Most Wanted. That looked like a really fun one where you got to evade the cops and stuff.
I think I have my PS2, so I could probably play it.
You've
It
still got a functional PS2.
I don't know if it's functional. Last time I played it, it worked, but
So if I ever meet someone who's got a fully functioning PlayStation 2, or even more impressive, a PlayStation 1, I'm gonna be like, dude, how the fuck have you kept that thing in good condition all these years? They're so old now.
I think
My
it's like
PS2 broke years ago. It stopped working easily 10 years ago at least.
I think it's
What's
20
your
years.
favorite?
I think it's 20 years old. I think so.
Yeah. I know you're the one sort of interviewing me here, but I've got to ask, what is your favorite PlayStation 2 era video game?
I don't remember the name, but it's a real Japanese strategy game that they had. And you could place your thing on a map,
Oh,
and
like RTS game, like Age of Empires.
a bit more modern than that. It was
All
like
right, okay.
it was like modern. It was really fun for that. I don't remember the name because it's like in Japanese, so it's like
That's all good. Like I've played a few strategy games in my time. I like strategy games. But my favorite PS2 game was easily this. It was kind of a niche game. I don't remember a lot of people playing it, but it was called Urban Chaos 2 Riot Response, and you live in this city in America, and it's been overrun by terrorists calling themselves the Burners, and you're part of this new police riot squad called P0, obviously meaning zero tolerance. And your name's Nick Mason, and throughout the campaign, you just wage a war against these terrorists trying to all over the city. And yeah, it's just a really fucking dope ass game. You've even got these little situations where you've got to rescue hostages within a certain time limit, or kill a gang leader within a certain time limit. And if you manage to do that, you unlock a secret gun that you can use in the story missions. I remember soaking so much time into that game. It was great.
Sorry for the cut.
And it had so much replay value because there were these challenges you had to do in every single mission where you had a taser and these riot grenades that stunned people, it didn't kill them, so you could easily arrest them. And you get so many arrests per level, so many headshots per level, and bunch of other things. And if you reach all these goals, you unlock certain things like an upgraded version of a pistol or something, or an upgraded version of an assault rifle. So there was a lot of reasons to keep replaying all the levels. It was ahead of its time, in my opinion. A lot of games in the
Yes,
PS2 era, I remember, didn't have the greatest replay value.
yeah, a lot of games was like that. But that's because you could not put a lot of things onto a disc, I think. Something like that.
Okay. What was it like?
I think you could not put a lot of things onto a disc compared to 2D.
Also, I had a lot of customization.
Mm. Like, I think that's also why it could make a lot of games instead of just like 1 in 10 years, like Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, right, okay.
So, what do you think of the new Forza Horizon?
Um, it looks fun. I mean, I haven't played a racing game since I was like a young teenage boy, and I'm almost 27. I'm thinking of getting back into the racing genre, honestly. Um, do you know if Forza is definitely something I want to play? Do you know if they still make Burnout games?
I don't think they made it. I think the last one was Paradise.
Ah, man, that sucks. The Burnout games were amazing.
I don't remember. I think the company made another game. I don't remember.
I've been watching you stream Forza,
Mm.
and it definitely looks like something I reckon I could play to get back into the racing game genre.
It's good. It's really the new one. The Prime. It's really good, but it crashed a lot. So and
I saw
sadly,
you doing So you're doing drag races on one stream. Like,
yes.
I, is there different kinds of races, or like, can you do
I think
circuits and sprints and drifts
I
and all
think
that?
there's a different one. I think you have like off-road ones. Like you can yeah they have like a lot of circuit wise. They have like a straight one.
Oh, that's cool. You can do like street racing.
Mm. And I think you also if you play single player, I can put it like offline. You can just take one AI and just race it like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm.
So you do have the potential then to go online and race against other players.
Yes.
So it's actually like skill against skill rather than skill against a computer
Mm.
that you can easily beat.
And I think you can also make your own circuit, your own circuit.
Well, that's dope. Building your own racetrack sounds awesome.
Like I made one yesterday with like a jump pad and a thing like that. So like cool. It was just making the car jump. So it was really fun for that.
It's got me thinking of those Daredevil shows that they do in America where they do car jumps over they got this ramp. You got like a bunch of like fucking lorries or something lined up, and they got to jump over those.
I think I saw that one point.
Yeah, and sometimes they got like the hoops coming out of the ground that are just like on fire and shit.
It was yeah. I think I
That's
remember.
what I think of when someone says car jump. That's what I think of.
I think you can make it like that. You can make that happen in Forza.
Oh, that'll be freaking dope. I remember there's this one mission in a Borderlands 2 DLC, um, which I'm thinking of streaming soon because I haven't streamed Borderlands in ages. Um, there was this one mission where you've spoilers, anyone listening, by the way. You have to. There's this character called Scooter who dies, and you've got to help his mother and sister sort of build up this memorial for him. And Scooter really liked cars, so there's this one mission where you've got to build this epic jump track in his honor. Like you can make these rings that you've got to jump through, and you can customize them, and you can make them either like these electrical rings or like fiery rings. And I'm pretty sure they actually damage your car a little bit as well.
So, what's your
I always
favorite?
thought that was a nice touch.
What's your favorite game soundtrack?
Um, that's a difficult one. I used to think Minecraft was the best game ever, and then I found 7 Days to Die, which was like Minecraft. It wasn't as kid friendly as Minecraft. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Um, like you can build stuff in this game just like you can in Minecraft,
it's like
but
a zombie
you,
version of
yeah, you gotta watch out for a real threat. Like in Minecraft, the scariest thing in the game is probably a creeper, and at some point they're only an annoyance because they, destroy your buildings. Whereas literally anything can destroy things you build in 7 Days to Die. A simple zombie can start whacking on the walls and breaking it down. Um, it just feels like there's more of a threat. So like you won't build anything for a while. You gotta find ways to stay alive and survive and build a base with decent defenses and stuff before you can even think of building cool stuff.
no,
Um,
see like
yeah, there is no end goal, just like Minecraft, and you can keep building. I wouldn't say it's my favorite game though. Um, I would say I think my favorite game is probably The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And honestly, lately, every day except for Fridays, when I'm streaming, because I stream The Witcher 3 on Fridays, I don't want to stream what's on the schedule. I just do it because it's what people are expecting for that night. I really want to just stream Witcher 3.
yes.
I'm just massively into it lately.
Yeah, we
With
see.
all, with all
Oh,
the different builds you can do and stuff. Like on the streaming file, I've got one heavily based around magic, and then on the one I've got a save file I don't stream on. And like, I've got a guy on that. My Geralt on that save file is all about sword play, so I've got loads of different perks into swords and stuff.
me, I will see between Forza Horizon and the new Battlefield. I will see between the two.
See, I'm mainly about games where I can roleplay. I do like the occasional shooter or the occasional racing game. Don't get me wrong. But any game where I can roleplay and choose how my character acts and what he or she does, what race they are. That's why I'm really into The Witcher and The Elder Scrolls. Maybe The Witcher not as much. Um, you can decide how your character acts and stuff, but you can't customize it too much because your character's already selected. You're Geralt of Rivia. You can't be anyone else. You know what I mean? Whereas in Skyrim, you can be a female cat lady with a battle axe, or like this lizard man who wields magic or something. You know what I mean? Like there's it feels better in Skyrim to have different sort of customization and sort of build your own backstory behind your character and why they do the things they do, what their childhood was like. I don't know. I like using my imagination, so that's why I usually prefer role playing games like Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Witcher, to things like Call of Duty, where it's just point gun at enemy, shoot enemy, enemy die, kill people online, shoot guy playing over in America. gloat about how the Brits are better because you killed him and he didn't kill you. Uh, Throw insults, say you shagged someone's mum. You know what I mean? Just I got bored of that toxic, generic sort of multiplayer online behavior
Yes, that's
in my teens, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna really immerse myself in the world of single player RPGs. So
me, I try it, but the problem with me that I usually forget about a game at one point. I just I just like it's like when you have a book and you just don't finish it. Like at one point, you just start doing it.
literally, like I don't know where I managed to get the balls to start 100%ing RPGs because that's kind of my thing. Like I don't know how long I've been streaming Skyrim now, but
I
I think
think
it
maybe a
started
year.
at some point, yeah, like a year ago, and I was like, okay, everyone, when I started the game, I was like, I'm gonna 100% this game. I'm gonna do everything there is to do. I'll even have to do a second playthrough to show the other side of the Civil War, the other side of the Dawn Guard DLC, certain quests that bug out. I'm gonna try and get them to work on a second playthrough. I want to show you everything there is to do. Um, and it's been a year now. I'm not even level 50
Yes,
because
like
obviously I've had to take a few breaks here and there. Like, you're right. It's easy to forget about games when they go on ages and ages and ages like a book. And obviously Skyrim is one of those games.
mm,
And gee, I've still got like so many factions to finish before I even think of DLCs in that game.
because like me, because I have the same issue with a book. I really have a hard time to finish it. Okay, I just one point I just talk think about something else, just doing that instead. Just
Yeah, yeah, no, I've been there. I remember this one time I was trying to 100% Fallout 3, but I was doing it on the PlayStation 3, and it was an old PlayStation 3. Fallout 3 being a pretty big game, it couldn't really handle it very well, and it kept crashing every 2 hours. Yeah, man, I'm telling you right now, it's hard to 100% a game when it crashes every 2 hours.
it's
I was like, I reached a point where I was like, you know what? Fuck this game. I'm gonna go play Bioshock 2.
yeah.
If
So
you hear a weird sound, I'm puffing on my vape.
it's okay.
I need nicotine.
It's okay.
I've got a massive problem with nicotine.
Yes.
I used to smoke cigarettes, as you know.
So what do you think about cloud gaming like Google Stadia?
Sorry, could you say that again, please?
What do you think about cloud gaming like Google Stadia?
Oh, dude, I wouldn't even know where to start with that. Like, most of the people I know from Twitch and YouTube are like super nerdy and stuff. I'm nowhere near as nerdy as all those other people. I wouldn't even know what cloud gaming is. Like,
Because I saw it. It's like can play. It's like instead of playing on computer, it's play on a server and it comes to us and just command to the server and the server sent like the image back, something like that.
oh, it's not hosted on your end.
Now it's hosted on a server and
So it's less stress on your PC.
yes, but you need a really strong internet to make it run. That's the point.
Oh, right. Yeah, I could probably run that. I mean, you remember my first streams? They were
Yes,
like super pixelated because I did not have the best internet. And then I upgraded to a fiber router, which I think it's like £35 a month now. It's worth it though, because now I can stream in like 720p. So I reckon my internet would manage that.
but even on my internet,
I
which is
could
not a,
probably even stream in 1030p if I switch to PC, which I probably will some point next year, as you know.
I think yes, that's probably a good idea to switch to PC. It's run, especially you can get two screens work a lot as well.
I mean, technically at the moment I have three, if you count my laptop screen.
think at one point
Because
I had my tablet, my cell phone, and my screen. Wait, just
yeah, I mean, there are people who don't have the best. Like, there's this one girl I watched on Twitch, and she monitors her chat on her phone,
yeah, I'm doing that
and
on. I did that on Switch for a long time.
I don't know how I'd. Like, I couldn't bear having to
The
do it that
quality of
way.
phone, you can just put it in front of you and you can see it fine. But the problem with
No,
that,
it's just,
so,
hey, but you know my eyesight problems. The phone is such a small screen. Like, the way I set it up is I have a big TV monitor, so I can see chat in front of me. Obviously, it doesn't show certain things, like doesn't show when someone resubs or donates bits. I have another monitor for that with basic Twitch chat. Um, like it's easier to see, and even with my second monitor, which is hooked up to my laptop with an HDMI cable, so my laptop screen shows on this other TV monitor. I have to put Twitch in theater mode and wear glasses. Otherwise, I can't really see the names of like donators and stuff very well. So
me right now having like a I think 222-inch monitor in front of me. So it's like somewhat okay.
yeah, that's
But
not too bad.
the problem with me that I'm so streaming on two things at the same time, so I have two chat at a time.
I
So
didn't think is that okay? Can you do that?
but
You're not an affiliate.
I'm
You're
not
not an affiliate
affiliate.
on Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I heard somewhere, and I don't know if this is true or just bullshit. I don't stream on YouTube just in case it's true. I heard somewhere that when you sign an affiliate agreement with Twitch, you're basically saying your platform is the only platform I will stream on. Which is why a lot of YouTubers who also use Twitch only make videos. You don't usually see them stream. Um, and like again, like I don't know, I can't remember where I heard this. It could be bullshit, but yeah, that's why I don't stream on YouTube because I'm pretty sure somewhere in the affiliate agreement, you're basically saying, oh, in order for me to make money off of streaming, I will have to not stream anywhere else and only on Twitch.
I'm not affiliate, and I think I'm only at 12.
Yeah, I think you're fine to do it because you're not affiliated, but if I did it, I think I might be in a bit of trouble.
Because like
I'd be fine to make YouTube videos, just not live stream on YouTube.
I think it's like a Switch stream have to be like 24 hours on your on Switch. After that, you can upload it to YouTube. I think something like that. Don't
I
remember.
think something like that, I don't know. I mean, I've seen. I think you can upload like a stream VOD to YouTube. I think you just can't monetize it. Is that true?
I don't know about that.
And it's hard to know the intricacies of it, even when you're an affiliate. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there's probably parts of the terms of service that I don't remember. Because I remember reading the affiliate agreement and the terms of service when they were like, "Oh, you've gotten enough attention that we can monetize you now." And I was like, "Right, I should probably read this through and through." So I did. It was ages ago that I did that, so I only remember the important things like no nudity, or in the case of The Witcher 3, it's fine so long as you don't make it the sole focus of the game. Um, and you won't get banned or anything. Um, Same with like Cyberpunk, that's got a fair bit of nudity in it, but Twitch were letting people stream it all the time when that came out. Um, but going back on track, it's things like no nudity. You can't make jokes that are too dark, and I've got a dark sense of humor. If it wasn't for the Twitch's terms of service, I would have probably made some incredibly messed up jokes by now on my channel. But obviously, I've got to play by their rules. But yeah, sorry, my laptop slipped.
It's okay.
I don't know if my microphone picked that up.
I don't think.
And that's kind of how I roll with that.
Yeah, I just don't read the thing. Don't read the time of
Mm.
service usually. So
Some people have been crafty in the past. This one guy came in with a username that It was basically just just fair warning. This is a bit messed up, but his username. You know when people say my name is Ben, my second name is Dover, so it's Ben Dover.
Yes,
Um, this guy's username was spelled in a similar way to that, but it said I touch myself to goat porn. It was spelled differently, so it looked innocent at first. That was halfway through reading his username when he hit follow, and I was like, and I'm not going to say the rest of that.
yes.
It's like
think
I don't know if that's terms of service there, like jokes about bestiality. I'm not going there. I'm not saying the rest of that name.
I'm pretty sure there are words on it, so I don't know if how the term of service work with that.
I don't know, but yeah, but if you read it out, obviously it still sounds the
Yeah,
same.
I think it's the swimmer that's again 12 for that, but not the name. Things
Some
like
Twitch chats are weird, dude. I mean, I remember there was this one Twitch streamer. Her name is Amaranth, and I just want to say, just in case anyone from Twitch, anyone who works at Twitch sees this stream, I doubt they will. I have nothing against female streamers. The way people act in the chats of some female
oh, it's
streamers, not
weird.
all of them,
It's
but
weird.
some of them, it's fucking creepy, dude. Like, I remember I was watching this one girl and she doesn't even sexualize herself at all. And we were all just like watching her play Minecraft, and she was wearing this slightly revealing top showing a bit of cleavage. This guy comes in chat and he's like, "Oh, do some star jumps for us," obviously because he wants to see her boobs jiggle. But like back to Amaranth, like her chat was disgusting. Like everyone was talking about her tits and saying what they wanted to do to her, and I was like, "Bruh, this chat is vile." There's so many thirsty, horny, like 50-year-old men living in their mother's basement in this chat. Like, what the hell, man?
The problem with the internet that you have some people that like probably will not before you will not heard about, but like now they can so that some people I don't want I don't know where I'm going with that, but like some people so that will get in trouble before, so now because of the thing they don't go into trouble, so you have some weird thing like that. I don't know where I was going with that, but so
Um, that sounds just
like,
like karma.
what's the weirdest game you ever played?
Weirdest game. Um, that's a good point. Um, honestly, I have no idea. Can't think of anything super outright weird that I've played.
I think on
I'm
PC
try
I had some
I'm
weird
I'm
games, but
trying to rack my brain, but I'm really not coming up with much.
so what's your favorite book? Don't know I asked you that before.
Favorite book? I don't read much nowadays. I used to read all the time. Um, can you hear me okay, by the way?
Yes, I can hear.
I'm just checking because I'm wearing a headset mic, so it's not as close to my mouth as I would like it to be, but so long as you can hear me. But yeah, favorite book. There's this trilogy that I really want to be adapted into a movie, by an author called Trudy Canavan, and I think it's something about. Oh God, I can't remember what it's called now. The Dark Apprentice or something, and there's three books. Um, there's I can't remember what the first one's called, but the second is called The Novice. The third is called The Dark Lord. It's about this homeless woman who discovers she has uh, magic flowing in her blood, and she's the first homeless woman to be invited to this magicians sort of academy where they train all the people with magical potential, and she has to deal with like a lot of bullying and stuff because they've obviously never accepted someone from the slums before. They're all from like these super rich families. But turns out she's like the most powerful of anyone at the academy, and she ends up having to work for like the High Lord of the academy, who turns out is doing black magic. And she discovers he's doing black magic, so he sort of holds her hostage, and she falls in love with him because he turns out he's only doing black magic for the greater good. And it's this whole weird thing. Uh, yeah, I think it's called The Mage's Apprentice or something like that. Just I recommend if you want to read it, look up Trudy Canavan
I think
Magician
what is
and
name
on
in
Google, and you'll probably find the books.
I think for me it's like Sherlock Holmes. It's like a classic. That
What was that? Sorry,
Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes. The Sherlock
Sherlock
Holmes, the
Holmes.
detective. The
Sherlock Holmes. Ah, I thought you said Sarah Combs for a minute. Sherlock Holmes. I genuinely didn't know that was a book.
it's
I
like
thought it was TV before it was literature.
it's like a very old book. I think 1800 something like that.
Laptop keeps. I've got my laptop on this little desk thing. This small sort of. It's not a proper desk. It's like this sort of plastic plating, so you can let airflow into the bottom. And it keeps sliding off of it during the podcasts, and it keeps making me worry that my microphone is picking the sound of my laptop sliding off of it.
So yeah, don't hear it. So
You can
maybe
probably edit that out, to be fair. So
don't hear it. So I don't know if I can. I'm gonna check maybe later. But things that and some book that I've read. But
I
so
tried to read the Lord of the Rings books, but second one kind of bored me. I'm not gonna lie. I had to sort of force myself to finish it. I really liked the first book. I really liked they didn't touch upon this character in the Lord of the Rings movies much. There's this guy called Tom Bombadil, and he's apparently one of the most powerful living beings on Middle Earth. And I reckon had they had him to help on the quest to destroy Sauron's ring, bruh, Sauron wouldn't have stood a chance. He's like this hermit wizard. He loves to stick in the forest with this woman called Goldmane or something. I can't remember her name. And he talks to the trees, and he can even command the trees and stuff. Dude is sort of overpowered. He's like when you reach a certain level in a video game and nothing touches you anymore.
yes, some game like that.
Yeah,
I
he's like
never,
one of those guys.
I never, I never read the Lord of the Ring. So cannot help that.
I'd recommend it. Yeah, I feel like I prefer the Lord of the Rings movies to the books. Whereas with Harry Potter, for example, it's the other way around. I prefer the books to the movies. That being said, it's hard to enjoy Harry Potter now because J.K. Rowling became basically irrelevant, and she wanted to be relevant again, so she sort of ruined Harry Potter by
Yes, like
saying, "Oh yeah, the Gandalf being gay part, I can accept that. That's canon," and he sort of acted like an old gay man in the movies as well. Um, but when they went saying Hermione's black,
it's
I was
things are
like,
real. Like
no.
when they
Like
changed
someone took a
thing,
screenshot. Sorry, what was that?
when they changed the thing after it's made like it's real.
Yeah, yeah, retroactively changing something. Um, the whole thing with Black Hermione though is there's this video by a YouTuber called Pyrocynical where he talks about J.K. Rowling ruining Harry Potter, and he gets onto the Black Hermione part of the video, and he says, "I've got no problem with a character being black in a work of fiction. That's fine. Diversity is brilliant." And I'm like, I feel the same way, by the way. I've got nothing against the character being black. But in the book, there's a screenshot that he shows in the video of a line in the book where it says Hermione Granger had like soft white skin or something like that.
It's like
So
it's go completely against what you say.
yeah, like it's like if you suddenly said Superman is a woman now, like you don't need to make Superman female because well, for one, that already exists.
Yes, that's
That's
Wonder Woman.
his cousin, Supergirl.
As well.
Uh, I think they're like cousins or something, but that's like part of the lore, and she's equally as powerful as he is. Um, like if they tried to be like, oh, Superman should be female, I'd be like, well, then you just have two Supergirls. What's the point in that? It wouldn't be equal then.
It's need to turn point I
You're
have
just ignoring law for the sake of progress.
it's only point I have is like when to change that instead of making a new character. Instead, like this one just make a new character. It's
Oh my God, you've made me think of an amazing new meme. Like someone should like basically make a character in Skyrim to look like Hermione Granger and just record a bit of gameplay in third person so you can see the character's face and stuff. And then you should do record another part where you're deleting the save file and starting over. You make Hermione a red guard because they're basically Skyrim's version of black people. And then you'd be like, "Hey guys, I'm J.K. Rowling, and I'm doing a new save. This is Hermione 2.0."
that's but me it's mostly because like you can
Again,
make it
like
like
I've got nothing against black characters, but the way J.K. Rowling did it, changing the law for the sake of, getting attention on the internet,
but me
where a character's already defined to be of a different ethnicity.
it's more the fact that's like a lazy thing of just like
Yeah,
instead
it's
of just
like she could
making
have written a new book. She could have started a completely new franchise. Like she could have gone from writing because she's shown she's capable of that. She's got a book called The Casual Affair, and that's a book written for adults. I think it's called Casual Vacancy, actually. So she can clearly write anything she wants. Like she's not limited to Harry Potter. She could have gotten attention by making something equally as good as Harry Potter, but she's like, no, I'm just going to go back and change already established lore and ruin it for everyone.
but also that like can make a new character like can but it's like I really feel like they don't want to do that. They just want to have like an easy it's like for that like
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just want to go the cheap route.
because at the end you just change some world like you change just 3 4 and you just doing that. So what do you think of the Nintendo Switch?
Oh, I don't really care to be honest. Not my thing. I used to play Nintendo consoles, but I don't know, man. I don't really enjoy supporting Nintendo. The way they treat their fans is kind of crap.
Yes,
Like,
I heard that.
I remember there was this era where um, it would copyright claim anyone on YouTube who did a Let's Play of a Nintendo game, even though that Let's Play is giving attention to your game and giving it free promotion. I don't get it.
Cause that's like I have a Switch. Even though I don't use it a lot, use it like once, maybe a month. It's really because I have an Xbox and a PC, so that not
I mean, I'm sure it's a great console. It's just
it's
I don't want to
quite
give any money to the people who work for Nintendo because they treat their fans like crap.
basically the only portable console at this point. I think like
Is it?
like the PSP doesn't exist anymore. The
Oh no, I know they don't make them anymore, but surely you could get one somewhere on the internet.
yeah, but I think they cannot download anything on it, so
I
it's
think
like
that's what Nintendo needs. They need competition. Well, they don't need it. They would hate to have it, but I think that's what gamers need. People who don't want to support Nintendo because of how they treat their fans like crap. they need a company that makes handheld consoles like Nintendo does that actually treats their fans with respect.
Because Sony
You're
will.
because you're right. It is the only sort of handheld console about nowadays.
Because the only thing can compare that right now is either the Steam Deck thing, something like that. The Steam Deck like $500 for something, so not really good for that.
People still play on the PS Vita.
Yes, but cannot really compare to that. It's like cannot. Because the point that online, I think they removed that or something like that. I think so. Not sure.
I don't even remember when it came out, but you're right. I
I
mean, it is
think
kind of old. It probably doesn't compare to the
I think
Switch.
probably around the same time I have the Xbox One. So it's like 7 years ago, maybe.
PS Vita is funny because I remember when it came out, no one gave a shit. You
Yes.
were like, "Yeah, PS3 is better. We don't care about your PS Vita." I remember having like maybe two friends that gave a crap about the PS Vita.
I think because I think it was the what it wanted to do like the 3D thing like Nintendo with the 3DS. I think it was like the thing they wanted to do. But it's like this point.
That was the last Nintendo console I played, the 3DS.
I think one of my friend had it. So
One franchise I will miss, and I still miss, even though I don't support Nintendo anymore, is Animal Crossing. I loved Animal Crossing.
I never played Animal Crossing. Of the
Oh, dude, it's great. Worst part is though, if you get bored of it and you put the game down, you'll come back to find that all of your villagers have moved away. Your town is overgrown with weeds. There's trash everywhere. Basically, you're responsible for a town in Animal Crossing. You're the sole human, and you live in a town full of animals that can speak, and they have their own houses, and you're their neighbor basically. So it's like a socialization simulator game. But you can also do things like grow flowers, crossbreed flowers. You can go fishing. You can catch bugs. There are special events. There are like bug hunting tournaments. You can build up a museum with different artifacts. You can invite people to come to your world and hang out and stuff. Um,
yeah, so you have music and the
oh,
background.
what is that?
Nothing.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. That was my phone. I muted it, but it was an alarm, and the alarm doesn't count among the muted setting. The mute setting doesn't affect the alarm, so. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
You can you can probably just
And
edit it out.
I'm not. It's not a problem. I'm just gonna upload it directly at that. Like I'm not good enough at editing for doing that. Not really not that great at editing. I think one franchise I really like it on Nintendo was Nintendo. If
Sorry?
Nintendo. No,
Oh, Nintendogs.
this was
Yeah, that was great. I loved that game.
I think and like
I
can go.
just realized I don't think I ever wiped my Nintendog save file, so is that how that had the same sort of thing as Animal Crossing where you had to check in on them every day?
Yes, same for me. I think I never.
So like I
Well, poor
think my
dog.
Nintendogs are like basically just malnutritioned corpses at this point.
Same for me. I think I haven't played for like over 10 years, so
Yeah.
they probably
That's
dead.
it. If you don't wipe your Nintendog save file, they die of neglect because
Poor dog.
real time. That's so morbid. I never thought of it that way until now. Oh, poor Nintendogs.
Like
I remember buying a chocolate Labrador. I had a friend and he was really weird. I asked him, what should I name this chocolate Labrador? And he said, Lick. So Do you remember that you had to speak into the Nintendo mic to call them to come to you?
Yes, I think
I remember going, Lick! Come here, Lick! That's a good girl. Good girl, Lick.
the microphone was really well. Some game. Like, I think it was they have like a game on I don't know what's the English name for it, but Milborn, which is like a card game about cars. That and one of that is you can have like a flat tire or something like that, and you have to pump tire. You have to like to
That's cool. I like that.
talk about the internet. But the problem
It's
when you play,
more realistic than a lot of other driving games.
yeah, but the point that you have to do that in public so we can play it in public.
All right,
And it's happened a lot in the game, so this was really real.
fair enough.
What's your favorite?
Um,
Okay, you can. You want to go to? What's your
oh,
favorite?
you go ahead.
What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? Did you say favorite food?
Yes.
That's easy. Cheese. And if I had to choose a favorite cheese, Edam. I love cheeses of all kinds. I'm mad about cheese.
Same for me. I really like. Maybe it sounds really like stereotypical, but I would say poutine. Something like that. Like the. It sounds very stereotypical Canadian for saying that, but it's like really
Do
good.
you do you say pudding?
Poutine. That's French word is poutine, and I think the English word like poutine, something like that.
Oh right, okay. I've had some French food. I went to France for 4 days. I think this was in 2009, I think. Maybe 2010. I was only probably about 12 or 13 years old. It was part of a school trip. And I was too scared to try snails.
I
Is
never ate snail.
apparently it's very common in France. Like you can't just go in your garden and grab like a garden
I
snail.
don't
It's a
think you
certain type
can.
of snail.
I think something
Um,
about like
it's
and
cooked with like garlic and stuff.
yeah, the garlic butter is on that's really good, but I never had snail. But
You know those sorry, carry on.
like I think it's like something. I think something with like the frog legs and that. That was something to not because they didn't consider like a snail and frog as meat, so they could eat that like on the because there was one day the interregion they have like one day where they cannot eat meat, so it was a way to eat meat. So like
What like what's the word? Vegetarian.
yes, like I don't remember the word for that day, but some and like I think in France I tried an hamburger with blue cheese on it.
Oh,
It was
I
really good.
remember trying camembert.
It's really good
Um,
camembert.
yeah, there's a funny story about this actually. So I I have some euros left that my mum gave me to use in France. So I see some camembert, and one of the teachers with me says that's a very popular French cheese. That
It's really popular.
so I pick it up, I pay for it, and this is the day before we head back to the UK. So we put it in the refrigerator of the hostel we were staying at, and we get in the car the next day, take everything with us. we didn't realize just how potent the smell of cheese is when you're traveling a long
Especially quand on
distance.
probably smell a lot. It's like,
Yeah, it was still perfectly fine to eat by the time we got back to the UK. But holy shit, was it giving off a smell. The car uh just reeked of cheese. And like I imagine if it wasn't for the fact that we had traveled by ferry and we we obviously had to park our car on one of the lower floors of the ferry with all the others. Um, if it wasn't for the fact that it was sealed off in the walls of this car, well, not walls, but like the doors and stuff of this car,
especially the,
that
it's
smell probably would have filled up the whole ferry. I'm
it's
I'm
probably not
calling it now.
in a refrigerator, so it's probably smell a lot more because like hot as well. Like
Yeah,
because of the heat, that's probably smell even worse.
we kept it in a cooler, but I'm guessing the cooler wasn't set to the right temperature.
I think it's probably that.
Maybe that's why. Yeah,
I don't remember
that's
the
probably why.
last time I ate camemberts. It was kind of rare in Quebec to have that, so
Pan or chocolat? Or is it pan du chocolat?
pain au chocolat.
It's yeah, those little pastries with the little chocolate drops in them.
That's really good. That's
They actually sell them in my local corner shop, as well as all butter croissants. Sometimes, instead of just cooking something that I've got in the house or making a bowl of cereal, breakfast I'll just nip to the shop, see if they got any of those in stock, and I'll be like, ah, perfect French cuisine.
like for that they're really good. That, for like a thing like croissant and that, they're really good. I think one don't remember what the I think it wasn't
I'm
very
I'm I'm hungry now.
yes. Especially the one for me it's like one I did not eat for that so so, so what's the most underrated game in your opinion?
Underrated. Um, oh, I rack my brain here. It would probably be something old school. I don't know. Do you remember that film, that Disney film, Disney's Dinosaurs, where they had like
I would say Jurassic
Iguanodon
I would say
that was
Jurassic
friends.
Park, but I know it's not Disney, so
And there was this animated film about dinosaurs by Disney. I think it was literally just called Disney's Dinosaurs. Uh,
I think I remember.
They made it was so popular they made a PlayStation 1 game for it. And I remember it getting bad reviews. I fucking loved it. Like a lot of people were like saying, "Oh, this game is crap," and I'm like, "Hey, I love this game." But to be fair, saying that's the most underrated game I've ever played is kind of a weird thing to say because I was at that age where you would play anything. I was like 9 or 10. You know what I mean? You didn't really look into the quality of games at that age, just something to distract you while your mum cleans the kitchen or something.
It's I think c'est probably like I would say like automation maybe you gotta play sometime like really good. But I would say also the Japanese game I talked before. The
Oh yeah, I remember that.
like the real Japan. I'm gonna try to find the name. So I think I still have the disc, so I have to find that. It's like it's really good for the time, especially for like on PS2.
I've I've still got all the discs for my PlayStation 3 games,
Mm.
even though my PlayStation 3 doesn't work anymore.
I think I still have it. I don't know if
Yeah.
it still work because last time I played it, like the sometimes I had my Xbox and my PlayStation 3 connected at some time. So, but I think the cable that connected to the TV kind of broke. So at one point the image would just flash and just like 10 seconds and just start working again. So yeah.
I'll tell you what, speaking of cables, you know what makes me feel old? Kids today are going to be so used to HDMI cables and never going to know what a SCART cable was. Remember those? Where
That
you had the
was
little, where you had to plug in a white cable, a red cable, and a yellow cable. One
okay.
for
That's
audio,
the
one for
three
video.
the three thing like, that you have.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
and you had to use it for like a PlayStation 1 or a PlayStation 2.
my PC have it in the back.
Yeah. Some things probably still use it, but I don't know what still uses it.
And some
There's got to be something out there
most
that
TV
still
have it
uses it.
still. Like
Yeah, well there you go then.
my projector have it because I have a projector in my room. No, so it's have it like a. It's,
But that makes me feel old knowing that a lot of people nowadays are growing up not knowing what a SCART cable is. That's
so
how you know you're an old school gamer.
that's what's the most overrated game in your opinion?
Overrated.
Yes.
Uh, hmm. All right, I'm just thinking for a second. I would say Pokemon X and Y. Like Pokemon X and Y, they're not bad games. I feel like people hype them up too much. They're like, "Oh, Generation 6 is so amazing." And it's like, well, compare it to like Generation 1 and Generation 4. Like if you want to say Pokemon X and Y is better than Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, I think you need some sort of special psychological treatment.
I never played Pokemon, so I can't say that.
I've only played two. I've played Pokemon Diamonds and I've played Pokemon X. And I've got to say, X does not compare to Diamond. Also, they've remastered it now, haven't they? I think.
I
They've
think they remastered
remastered
some.
Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl.
I think they remastered. Yes, I think.
Yeah, I got that. Oh, if there's one thing that might make me get a Switch, it's that. That and that alone is the only reason I would probably be willing to give Nintendo money.
Yeah, don't we have a game on me? Let's see. Probably don't know really for that. Okay. So, what's your favorite game mode in a video game?
Game mode. I like survival. I like survival that has creativity. So, the best two examples I can think of are 7 Days to Die and Minecraft, because at the beginning of each game, it's like, well, I've got to survive the first night before I think of anything else. And then after that, it's like, well, I've still got to get good gear if I want to go to this place or that place. So it's not just about survival. Um, Obviously, you get to a certain point in both Minecraft and 7 Days where you've got such good gear, you don't need to worry about survival, and you can just start building stuff. Um, so survival with the element of creativity would probably be my favorite game mode.
Yeah, we
Though
say
I also like um, adventuring modes,
like a free roam. Okay,
which
so
is
that
why I like Fallout, Skyrim, and Witcher so much.
I would say the same for that. Like we say that and free roam, like in Forza, like can drive around. That
Yeah, that's quite a fun game mode as well. Free roaming driving games. I remember sinking a lot of time into the free roam of Need for Speed Underground 2 as a kid.
I think like Probably one of the best that's like the Crew. I don't know if you ever played that. The Crew, like the Ubisoft game.
What game? Sorry.
The Crew, like the team, like the Crews. The
No, can't say I've ever heard of it.
it's like a Forza, but you have
Which
like
is
it's like
which bloody astonishes me that I haven't heard of it because I love Ubisoft games.
Forza, but in the US.
All
They
right.
made the whole US for and I think to go to one side to other it take like almost 1 hour, 1 hour to do that. It's like massive for a map. It's like 1 hour.
Does it
You can
does it have you said it's set in America. Does it have like different racetracks in different states?
I think yes.
So like you can do one course around a Louisiana swamp,
I don't think they name
or you
it.
can do another course
I
in
don't think they
a
work by
Nevada
state,
desert road.
but it's like a smaller version of the United States. So like you have everything, but like don't have something in between. But it's like the map is massive, so
It
and
sounds fun.
yeah, I think it's like the cruise, and the two is even better because you have plane in it and boat. So you have like car, boats, plane, and motorcycle and thing like that.
I remember playing a game sounds quite similar to that one actually. It must have been 10 or something. This was on the Xbox, not the Xbox 360, not the Xbox One, just Xbox. And instead of a car game, it was a bike game, and you had to do all these different bike courses, but you could get like special rewards like experience and cash for doing different tricks while racing. And while the winner was the first person to cross the finish line, everyone knew that the real winner was the person who drove the most stylishly, doing different flips and tricks and stuff.
Like I think I remember a bit. It's like so you go. So what's don't know if I asked that, but what's the weirdest game? I think I asked that. What do you think of the new Call of Duty?
The new what? Sorry,
The new Call of Duty.
the new Guardians of the Galaxy. Did
Call
you
of
say?
Duty. Call of Duty God. That's COD. Call of Duty. The
Oh, Call of Duty.
yes.
Um, I I don't care honestly. I haven't cared for Call of Duty in a long time. Not since Modern Warfare 3. I just haven't enjoyed it.
I think I almost bought it.
Also, it's been revealed that the one about Vanguard
Yes.
that's
Uh,
made by Activision, right?
mm,
Yeah, a lot of dark, messed up stuff
yes.
has come out
I heard
about
about that.
Activision. Um, there was a woman I think who this is either Activision or Blizzard, but I think it's
I think it's the
Activision.
same company, so it's not.
There was a woman who was sexually assaulted at Activision so much, and nothing was done about it. She took her own life.
See, we need to do something about.
Fucked up, man.
I think Ubisoft is
I
the same kind of thing, but like Activision, like
I,
even worse.
I don't know what has not enough has come out about Ubisoft yet. A lot more has come out about Blizzard and Activision than what's come out about Ubisoft. I do have my suspicions about Ubisoft. I've heard that they are abusive of their female workers. I haven't seen anything concrete to prove it. From what I've heard, it's all accusations.
Well, I think they fired some people, so I don't know.
Uh,
They
it
fired.
honestly wouldn't surprise me.
Like,
Honestly, wouldn't surprise me if it's true.
I think they fired some people, and Like what I heard, they also lost a lot of employees and things like that. Like enough that they managed to start their own game thing. Like the so it's like they lost a lot. I think.
They lost a lot of money. Is that why the latest Far Cry, not six?
Well, I think they lost a lot of people. I think a lot of employees, things like that.
Is that why the Far Cry games are kind of shit now?
Probably.
My headphones fell off.
It's okay. That's that. But it's like I think Assassin's Creed. Because I love the place where I am. Like they have Ubisoft and things like that. Like a studio or thing like that. So and technically Activision as well. I think. So. Like I know that
What's
they
that?
like the place where I live. Like they have like a lot of studio and things like that. No, they Ubisoft has their own studio and things like that. So it's
There's an Ubisoft studio near you.
not near me, but knows enough that I know people that go there. So that's the reason.
Oh.
Because they really are a lot in Quebec and things like that. Because we speak French as well as them. So
Yeah. Speaking of Ubisoft, I'm never gonna stop laughing at the fact that the helicopter in Far Cry New Dawn is called the Big Potato.
yeah, I remember that.
That's super funny.
It's also kind of common for like talking about something that is just big. So just that. Just like a car can sometimes people call the cars like that. So
French people have an interesting sense of humor.
yes. What's your first game you ever played?
I just wanted to say before I tell you the answer to that question, I can probably only stay for the podcast for another 10 minutes
Okay.
because I have to prepare for my stream because obviously I've got to be live in about 36 minutes and I've also got to feed my dog before that, so I might be late for my stream.
Okay, it's okay. I can stop after this questions if you want to.
Could we do this question and then end?
Yes.
Sorry, I would love to stay for longer. It's just,
It's
I'm
okay.
I'm pressed for time, as they say. Um, what was the question? The
What's
worst game I ever
your
played?
first game you ever
Worst
played?
game. Spyro 2, called Ripto's Rage in the United States of America. In Europe, it was released under the name Gateway to Glimmer, and I actually own the Spyro Reignited trilogy, which includes Spyro 2 remastered, and my schedule's kind of clogged at the moment because obviously I've got 7 Days to Die, The Witcher 3, and Skyrim in there, which they two of those games have endings, Witcher 3 and Skyrim. But it takes forever to get to the endings because of all the side content. Um, so it's gonna be a while until I've got new games on schedule. But that's one of the ones I want to get on my schedule. I want to play the old school Spyro the Dragon games, but the remasters.
I think me was a NASCAR game.
Yeah.
I think it was maybe NASCAR 2006, something like that. Like on my own.
NASCAR's weird. Like, I've, I've seen footage of NASCAR, and weird shit happens at NASCAR events, man. There's
Yes,
a lot
very
of
weird.
viral footage on the internet of stuff happening at NASCAR events.
It's really weird. Like they on like compared to Formula One, I think they can crash into each other. It's not like Formula One that if they
It's like, you remember Johnny Knoxville, the guy who did Jackass?
yes, I remember that.
NASCAR is the Jackass of racing.
Yes, that that's really like the south of the US and things like that.
Anyway, are you okay to wrap up here?
Yes, so goodbye, one.
I,
So,
I do apologize. I'm sure you've got a few more
oh,
questions,
it's
and I
okay.
do wish I could stay. I'm probably by the time I feed my dog, I'll probably already be late for stream because I still need to eat after that. So
Yes, probably gonna do the same. Like, probably gonna eat something.
how much did we manage to get done though? How many
I,
questions were left?
I think I made the new question stand, and I didn't do the old one. So we'll have like 20 questions.
So do you reckon we got about halfway through?
Yes, think we made like
Well,
16 of them. So,
okay, that's good. So we did most of the
mm,
questions then.
yes,
Okay, that's good. I'm satisfied with that. Like I said, I wish I could stay to do the rest, but
it's okay.
it's just, I'm pressed for time.
Mm, it's okay.
It was
So,
a pleasure doing the podcast with you, though, and I'm glad that it will record your voice this time because
yes,
I remember watching the video on your channel, and I was like, "This is awful. All you can hear is me. You can't hear Felix."
yes,
And I was like, "Yeah, we gotta do this again. We gotta redo this. We gotta reshoot this." It's horrible when you have technical difficulties
yes,
like that.
think,
But I'm glad that you've managed to fix that issue and that it will pick up your end of the
yes,
recording this time.
yes, I think, we'll record. I think I have everything on OBS open, so hopefully it's work.
Oh, let me know how it comes out when it's uploaded. Let me know if it works better this time and if it captures your voice.
Yes, I'm gonna try that.
As you said, you've said you think you fixed it, so hopefully it should
Hopefully.
capture your voice this time.
I'm not the best
Yeah.
with electronics, so that's that's
Well, can't be any worse than me. I mean, I'm streaming on a PS4. Like, I'm pretty
yes,
bad with technology. Well, yeah, like I said, it's been lovely doing this with you, and I'll probably see you in about an hour's time or
yes, maybe.
something on the stream. Unless you're busy, which is totally understandable.
Yeah, I probably will stream like tonight, but not that much.
Alright, peace out, dude. It was lovely
Goodbye.
talking to you.
Goodbye.